Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Underneath the Hood. I'm Dave Martin, the owner of Martin's Auto Repair in Central Phoenix.
I'm Glen Hayward, the proud owner of Goodworks Auto Repair in sunny Tempe, Arizona.
And I'm Lee Weatherby with Accurate Automotive in the heart of Mesa.
And together, we represent 140 years of combined automotive experience.
Our goal is to change the perception of our auto repair industry by going behind the scenes and underneath the hood.
And we hope to share with you what it's like to own a small business and give you a perspective from an insider's point of view.
So let's get started. Hey, good morning, Glenn.
Hey, Dave, how you doing, brother?
Good. You know, it's just been me and you on this show.
Boring.
Wow. No, I didn't think you were going that far. Jeez. I thought we were a little bit exciting.
We are, Dave. We're best buds.
Speak for yourself, Glenn.
Aside from being in the industry, we are best friends as well.
Yeah.
We really
so,
are.
you know, Glenn, we invited someone in to kind of be in as a guest on our show. And he turned out to be really, really good, and we really liked having him on the show, so we invited him to stay.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
He's a wealth of knowledge. He's been in the industry for 40 years, and it's exciting to hear all of the stuff that he does, and all the way he runs the shop is so similar to the way we run ours. It's actually a mirror image. So we'd like to welcome Lee Weatherby
From Accurate Automotive.
Wow,
in
guys, thank you very
Mesa,
much.
Arizona.
In sunny Mesa, right in the heart. I gotta love it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you know what? What a privilege, truly. I mean, you guys are titans in the industry. I look up to you. We've known each other for 20 plus
You're
years.
taller than both of us, so we look up to you, I think.
Well, we just talked a few minutes ago about my belly, so. The one thing is I am jovial, so it's good.
Yeah, you can play Santa Claus
Yeah,
every
there
year.
we go.
Yeah, there you go. You got it
done
made.
done that plenty.
Yeah, done that
and
plenty.
still
Good.
enjoy it.
But that's great, and so Lee, just give us a little bit background on kind of where you came from. I know you came from your mom.
Oh, God.
Let's go past that.
Don't go back that far.
You know what? I'll give you the down and dirty, the quick and the easy. At 13, my uncle had a shop. My dad, my uncle, they were like, hooked at the hip. And he had a gas station. And you know what? I showed up at that gas station just every weekend. That was like my play day, And I would show up and he'd have, they'd be pumping gas, but they'd have the mechanics doing their thing. And one day I showed up and I was looking at this old lawnmower. And he says, this thing had been out in the weather for 2 or 3 years. And he just says, hey, I need you to take this thing apart. I says, okay. I go, what do you want me to do? He goes, take it apart. I need everything taken apart. Man, you talk about a kid, in heaven. I didn't know what tools to use. I didn't know anything else. Give me a hammer, a screwdriver, give me some pliers, give me those things that cut. Man, I tore this whole thing apart about 2:30 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. I went up and I was so excited because I'd had the whole thing apart. I didn't know how to get the rotor off, so I cut it off with a wheel.
You didn't say to go take it to the scrap barrel then.
Oh, no, this was the best part. Glenn, this was the best part. He goes, okay. He goes, listen, good job getting that thing apart. I need that thing. It's supposed to go tonight at 5 o'clock. Get that thing back together. Did you find the problem? I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And you know what?
Find the problem.
And I will tell you what.
We didn't ask me that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize that was part of the problem. No, the best part of it was it kind of hooked me. Then I later years worked at a gas station. Got to fund myself a little bit through some of the things that we do in high school, the proms.
So was it a full-service gas station?
It was a full-service gas station.
See, that's why I swear I grew up Chevron full-service gas station.
Yeah.
I worked at a Shell station. My first job, 17 years old, when I graduated from high school.
Good old Granadillo Chevron right there on the corner of
you know
Granadillo.
That is awesome because I mean, I love those years. When you look back on them, those years were the most fun. Can you running the islands out there, pumping gas, washing
Absolutely.
windows?
Oh, I remember the gas horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
70 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
And you know what? You had lines for 2 hours, and pumps are only open from this time to this time.
Yeah,
You're like,
yep.
whoa.
We did that. Yeah, we were involved in that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had, you could only go odd or even depending on your license plate. You go an even day and get gas or an odd day and get gas. And when I was growing up, gas was like 20 cents a gallon.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a little
Then it
older
went
than
to
us,
70.
Glenn.
I am a little bit older than both of you, but
I think he's a lot older, but we'll go with a little. Make him feel better.
when I started driving,
It was 70 cents when I was growing
It
up.
was 26 cents a gallon when I started driving.
Wow. Wouldn't you love to have it today?
Oh my God.
I would.
I'd own 15 cars just
He
so I
got
could
from the
burn
covered
them.
wagon to the cars. I mean, he's done it all. And now, so Lee, let me ask you this then. So how did you end up with Akron Automotive?
Well, I'll tell you exactly. You know what? This is now the interesting part of the story. I was an athlete. I played football, played a lot of sports in high school, but I got a scholarship to go to college. And of course, in my brain, I thought, wow, computers, these things are really fun and exciting. And I wanted to be a computer repairman, So I went, and my degree was for computer science. And I got lucky enough to get a scholarship, so I played football and got to go to school. And, I went to work in the industry, and I have to tell you guys, it's really fascinating because as soon as I got into the industry that I thought I wanted to be in, I realized right away, I've got to be able to do my thing, and I've got to be able to tell the truth, and I've got to be able to tell you what's wrong. And so the best part about it is I realized quick enough, you know what I mean, that this was not my gig, and I just left. And I was young enough to be able to do that. And I will tell anybody, if you're not happy or passionate or excited about what you're doing, get out.
Get out.
And I don't
Now's
care
the
what
time.
age you are, but you know what? The younger you are, the better. But you know what? Go find something you like. I always like cars. And Dave, so you know what? I went to work at the dealer, started, doing whatever I could. I started a lot boy. And then, they couldn't keep me there because I kept, getting into everything, I was like Curious George, hey man, what are you doing? What are you doing? And all these guys are going, dude, get that guy something to do. So, I bought a toolbox and I started, doing some stuff. And then lo and behold, a couple of guys took me under their wing. They started showing me some things. And I started just to really, really, really love it. I already had an affinity for it, but then I started to really enjoy it because now, you guys, there's something about taking something that's broken, being able to turn around and fix it, and then helping to serve, someone else. Really lovely.
So
and so
The
with
sense
Akron
of
Automotive,
satisfaction that you get from working on something and fixing it when it was really, really broke,
you bet.
I
You
don't know
bet.
how to describe it, but it just warms you from the top of your head to the top.
So I got to ask you
soles of
something.
your feet.
We kind of all started when we were real young. And so did you ever have the technicians tell you to put a radiator in a VW Bug? Or did you ever have the technicians tell you to change the spark plugs in a diesel engine?
Yeah, and well,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah,
I've had to change a couple muffler bearings, you know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Because the techs were just brutal. They get the young guys in there, and they would just tell them all these messed up things.
Oh, yeah.
Put blinker
Yeah.
fluid in that car for me, and,
Yeah.
just crazy stuff they would get them to do. And it's
Yeah.
like, after a while, it just got
Torque
so
the blinker bolts.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, they would come up with the craziest stuff to tell you. And, when you're young, you're just kind of gullible, and you're just thinking, okay. And then you realize they're messing with you, so then it gets to be
Oh,
fun.
now
Well, the best-
war is on, right?
Yeah, now the war's on,
Well,
yeah.
the best part, they were telling me about the soap that I had to use, gear oil and cocoa butter.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, that ought to be fun.
Yeah. So, Lee, welcome.
You guys, thank you.
Great
Yeah.
addition to this group here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you every podcast here. And
You know what? I appreciate that. And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. I'm all about having fun. You guys know that. But I really am all about helping to inform the consumers. And you know what? Like you said, we get together. We go to a lot of events together. We do a lot of things together.
Yeah.
And we do a lot in our industry. In fact, you know what? That's what really thrills me and excites me is, you know what? I really do feel like you guys are titans and giants in this industry. I look up to you. I admire you. And I'm grateful, for the things you do. If I don't get to say that out loud enough, I want to make sure you understand it now and know that. But that's mutually felt.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
too.
I'm
Oh,
saying?
absolutely.
Because
Yep.
the thing of it is, I see
a
you
long
do the
time
good
ago,
things.
I said to my customers, I'm a consumer advocate.
right.
I represent your defense. I'm like a defense lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm defending you against all of the doggone ripoffs that are out there.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's parts quality or people trying to sell you stuff that they don't know, or having incompetent people who fix 10 things but only one was wrong.
Yeah.
And so consumer advocacy to me is a huge deal.
You bet. Well,
And I know that all of us fit that.
yeah.
Well, and
Protect
that's
the customer.
And that's what makes us work so well, because here's the thing. The good guys all know the good guys, you guys. And you know what? There's others that are out there, and I'm not going to call them bad. I'm just going to call them
Evil.
no, not necessarily not necessarily as focused on helping others. You know what I mean?
They got the wrong
and
focus.
we'll just we'll just leave it at that, because like I say, I think genuinely people are good for the most part. But at the same token, that's why, look, Dave, you're in Phoenix. I've been to your shop a million times, learned many things from you. Glen literally is right down the street. I mean, we're 3 miles from each other, if that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I refer customers to Glen all the time. He sends people to me. We share tools. We share things. you guys, you're just not going to get through this life alone.
Right.
And you know what? If you
We need
don't
each other,
have,
yep.
we need each other,
Yep.
but we need to make sure that we build those bonds. You know what I mean? And like we've said in the beginning, standards. We need to raise the standards in our industry, so that people can see, hey, this is what really good looks like. This is what great looks like. This is what professional is.
Well, that's why we invited you to be part of this podcast, because we know you through and through, and it's great to have you aboard.
Well, thank you.
And for the audience out there, we're excited to have Lee aboard along with Dave and I, and we're just going to have a great time. So please tune in.
We'll have a little fun. Thanks.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.